now if you thought mummies were just part of the ancient...
Are you okay?
I thought this was the tracked one that I did, but it's not, so I'm sorry. It's early. I had to come in earlier than normal
didn't have
today.
coffee
We
today.
didn't have coffee today, so this is just, we're just going
We kind of
with
feel
it.
like a mummy.
There you go. We're talking about the big mummy exhibit over at the Arizona Science Center.
Mummies are found from all over the world. They're not just limited to humans. The Arizona Science Center latest exhibit, Mummies of the World, lets visitors come face to face with over 40 human and animal mummies from around the globe. I saw the exhibit. I covered the exhibit. It's really phenomenal. So
we sent Marcy Jones over there to give us a sneak peek. This is one place that I'd like to go see this week as well. Mars, how is it?
It's very cool, you guys. Anita, I know you've already seen it, but this is my first time, so I'm so excited. I'm here with our girl, Sari, and you asked me a question this morning, and I think you said you like to ask it to a lot of people. What do you think when you hear the word mummies? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? And I said, you know, kind of the stereotypical Halloween, and that's what you're really trying to break down when people come here and see the largest collection of real mummies in one place, right?
That's right. A lot of people go instantly to Egypt or to movies that they've seen, and of course, as you can see here, we absolutely have those amazing Egyptian mummies, but it's not just Egypt. There are mummies from all over the world, and not just culturally preserved, but also naturally preserved.
Yes, there's so much more behind all this. So kind of take us through some of the highlights that we have here, even though there's so much to see.
Absolutely. So as we're looking through the Egyptian mummies, like I said, of course, this is what people go to. So of course we have these beautiful mummies here. They're well preserved. They're even, each of them in their sarcophagus, well painted. This one that we're looking at right now in particular even has its death mask still on, so that was very unique. And there's lots of objects as well that really tell the story of what happens when they're buried, the ushabtis, which are your servants in the afterlife, jewelry, and so much more. But it's not just the Egyptian mummies that we have too. We have other mummies, so from all over the world. We have mummies coming from South America, so our shrunken heads, for example, are a huge hit because there's just so much intrigue around them. Or even looking at Tut. So the story is still coming back to Egypt, where you've got the bust of King Tut and telling that story as well. So here,
so we've got our little shrunken heads over here.
Yes. So again, there's a lot of interest in these because they were collector's items, unfortunately, and there's mystery and intrigue just around.
Yeah, and I love how you have the how-to, how to shrink a head.
Yes, and
just in case anybody needs that in their back pocket.
Learn how does it happen and that mystery. But as we said, this is almost an oddities section because with mummies in the 1800s, they were so wildly popular. People had mummy unwrapping parties. You'd come to your house, get invited. I mean, can you imagine that?
No. And someone coming over saying, we're going to go unwrap him. Come on. You're like, what?
And if there wasn't enough, let's say you didn't find enough jewelry to go around as a party favor, they'd start giving out hands and feet. Or
I want to go to a party where they give out jewelry.
I don't want the heads.
I don't want to see the unwrapping. I'll skip that. But.
No. Yes, but there was just a lot. And even people would use mummies as medicines as well. So looking at how well preserved they were, individuals wanted to imbibe that life force. So mummy powder was very popular. If you had a stomach ache or a headache, you would take mummy powder to cure your ills.
That is so incredible. And I know coming up in just a little bit, guys, we're going to go into another area of the exhibit where we're looking at mummies from Hungary, I think you said?
Yes, mummies from Hungary.
Ooh, I can't wait.
All over the world.
Marcy.
Come on down. What's the best way for them to do that?
You can find all the information at azscience.org. We're open 7 days a week.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, Anita.
So before you get to the Hungarian mummies, there's a man who donated his body to science, and they mummified him, and this was recently. You have to go check that out. Fascinating.
Yes, we'll show you that coming up, too.
Also, Marcy, is it a little creepy being there after hours when there's nobody else there?
No, I'm here with my friend Sari. We're good. He said it's a little creepy. No, the music goes with the ambiance, and you know, you're learning so much that you're not scared.
All right, cool.
Thanks,
Marcy. We'll check back in with you in a couple minutes. We're going to head back out to the Maricopa County